Morning, everybody. We are Signal Centre and we are talking ball. It's Wednesday, the 27th of May. I'm Joe Neighbour, joined by Ian Coleman and Steve O'Hare. Morning, gents.
Morning, all.
Good morning.
Both okay?
Yeah, you?
Yeah, good. Very good. Went down the beach yesterday, which was nice.
Did you?
Lovely.
Yeah.
You're one of those people, are you?
Well, you know what? I got down there and I thought, oh, there
Did you run down there?
must be a small piece. No, we took the camper van down. There must be a small piece of sand we can go and sit on. I just wanted to go for a swim, and Tash wanted to use her paddleboard. But it was still rammed down there. It was ridiculous.
Is it a
Absolutely
new
ridiculous.
paddleboard?
No, she had it last year, but she's not been out on it this year.
Darcy got one, my niece, and it's fantastic. It folds up to sort of like nothing, and you just carry it along.
Yeah, hers is a massive one.
Yeah, but when you blow it up, it is like I don't know, about 15 foot long, and it's like rock hard when you blow it up.
Yeah,
it's
they're great.
Unbelievable.
They're fantastic fun.
They've
Kids love it as well.
Yeah, they got a paddling pool, and they just stuck it in the middle of the paddling pool, which is about 15 diameter. You just go around and go. But they took it out on the. I think they took it out on the river the other day. And
yeah, you have to have a permit for the river.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I have to tell my niece that she's doing something illegal.
Oh no, she won't like that.
It looks like hard work to me.
Yeah, there is a small element of hard work about it, I guess. Okay, so let's get cracking, shall we? Anybody got anything they want to share? First up, Steve, I know you had some.
Yeah, I just
FX related.
Yeah, it's FX related. It's something that I watch the Saxo guys on their they do a podcast, which is really interesting, really good. They've got some really decent analysts over there and traders, and they do a really nice briefing every morning on a podcast. And one of the things that I saw from yesterday's was this dollar. It's a broad-based dollar index. It's produced by Bloomberg. I can't see it anywhere else. I was trying to hunt for it this morning through TradingView, couldn't find it. But it's just interesting about the levels that we're breaking down to. You've got the sort of like 200-day moving average below, which it's sort of like still above, but it's like a nice, really nice descending triangle sort of thing, and it looks like it's broken below it. I don't know what today's looks like. It may have sort of like recovered slightly, but it's just sort of like showing where that dollar weakness is sort of like it's under pressure, and it's more from the emerging markets currencies rather than the sort of like the G7 currencies. So it's a little bit of
a chart from one guy, Peter Brandt, I think, on Twitter, and he was talking about the US dollar versus the Russian ruble and versus the Mexican peso.
Yeah.
Don't know if you can get that up, Steve. Either of those, just as you've got the screen.
Russian ruble.
Yeah, USD RUB.
Yeah.
And it was looking as though that was breaking down in favour of Russian rubles. Yeah, you can see it there.
Mm.
And it's a similar case with the peso as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
My trade of the day, or the free trade that I posted, was actually selling dollar Swiss.
All right.
Which I'll just share my screen. So I've got it in this channel. This is only a 60-minute chart. But in a downward channel there, we've had a decent bounce from the overnight lows that we saw at 8 o'clock yesterday at 96.46. But we're rallying up today into this 61.8% level, just this swing move here. So that's where I was looking to sell it today on the free idea that we've published. And if it gets closer to that as we go on with our conversation this morning, that may even be my gun to the head trade as well. It's had a fairly parabolic move over the last hour, but I still think that level.
Is that across all the dollar majors or not?
I haven't looked at any of the others.
There's been a bit of movement in sterling. Sterling sort of like weakened slightly in the last hour.
The dollar CAD's going the opposite direction, so maybe it's Swiss related.
Yeah.
Got any news out in your squawks?
No. No, I haven't got anything major out in there.
Not expecting much news out today, are we? I don't think.
No, I mean we had ECB's because fiscal policy should be first line of defence in crisis. That's all that I can see on the the Squawk service, which has just come out. Before that,
That's a Lagarde speaking.
Lagarde speaking. Yeah, maybe Lagarde sort of like added a little bit to it.
Okay. Ian, are you looking at anything at the moment? Any
Yeah, I'm
points of
looking at
interest?
sort of I'm looking at this on New Zealand dollar, which is this basket. Since we're talking about baskets, looks like a 261.8% extension, and I think a lot of the commodity currencies look a bit sort of toppish at the moment. I mean, this is the sort of free trade that I pushed out this morning. There's a previous swing low here, which has reacted quite well. This is a weekly chart. This is New Zealand dollar, if I didn't say. And then if we go to the daily time frame, pretty close to 61.8% extension, and then we've got this pretty prominent trend of higher highs, and then a 261.8% extension levels just located above here. And if we went to, I think it was the hourly chart, getting engulfing candles, I don't think there's going to be much upside pressure in the commodity currencies today, but we will wait and see.
So, looking at equities, just to have a quick look at those.
I was going to say about
highs.
sterling. Sorry, Joe. I think the
Yeah,
reason sterling took a bounce yesterday, or an aggressive move higher, was on the back of B of E of written off any chance of negative interest rates.
Categorically, just taking it off the table, or
Yeah, I believe so.
right. Saying here, commented that negative interest rate was a policy option under review.
Oh, under review. Okay.
So not completely off the table at the moment. So obviously there's chat about what's going on with the ECB and talking about this contingency plan to its bond buying program, and they're talking about doing it without the Bundesbank now, if necessary.
Yeah.
Just get rid of them if they don't agree.
Yeah, that would be a disaster, though, wouldn't it? They need them.
They've got all the money, haven't they?
The Germans?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or had it.
Yeah. So looking still as though risk is favourable at the minute. We've got FTSE pushing up to the highest that we saw yesterday, but sort of 6160. We've got the CAC making new highs, potentially broken out of a bottom pattern there of sorts, maybe an inverse head and shoulders. On the hourly, we've got the DAX making new highs as well, and I imagine that's the case with the US markets. Well, no, actually, Nasdaq's off of its highs. So
Yeah, Nasdaq did react lower yesterday. That was the odd one out, really. I was looking to buy a dip in both Dow and Nasdaq. Didn't get triggered in Dow at all, not even close.
Yeah.
And Nasdaq got triggered and got stopped out. It's bounced a little bit, but obviously technology side of things has taken a bit of a hit on the back of that.
Yeah, S&P up at highs. Maybe that's a case of investors looking for value rather than momentum, because obviously all the momentum has been in the tech stocks. So
Yeah.
there's potentially a lot more value available in the broader index in some of the industries that are going to start benefit from the easing in lockdowns. Not that there wasn't much of a lockdown in the US anyway, but okay. So should we have a look at the gun to the head stuff yesterday?
Yeah, let's look at that.
It just should say that S&P's got a 13 count on the weekly chart. We touched on that the other day, didn't we?
Do you want to show? Have you got that up?
I've got it on the MT4.
Go on,
So
then.
that's a 13 count there.
Right.
So basically, yeah, but this, I mean,
Does
it's
that invalidate?
no,
Because
it's
it's
above the
above.
8. The 8's here.
Right.
13's there. I mean, your stop's going to be huge because it's got to be the longest candle. So the stop's going to be about up here, which is about 3160 or something.
Okay.
So it's, even though it's a DMARC 13, it's got plenty of scope to manoeuvre, if you know what I mean.
So if you saw a 13 appear on the daily below that,
Well, let's
then
break
that
it
would be...
down. Look, there's a 9 count there, nothing on the 4 hour, an 11 count on the hourly, and I've got a 261.8% fib up here. If I just go back to the other chart, so I'm sort of I'm a bit wary of further upside. There's a fib here of 3034.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean this level on the S&P. I was going to say it's a really pivotal level around here. going
I think
back.
if you can hold levels above here, it'll probably keep on going. But
Yeah, exactly.
I
It's teetering, isn't it? It's one of those things. I think
I mean,
30-30 is a pretty decent level, and that's if it, like you say, if it does hold above it, then more sort of melt up to
yeah, I mean,
follow.
you could put a count on here, couldn't you? If you were an Elliott
Yeah.
wave bod,
Yeah,
potentially.
yeah. It's what is it on the fibs? Has it got any decent fibs around here? Did you
Apart
say?
from what on the retracement fibs?
Yeah,
No, not really. 78.6 actually. Look. Oh no, that's a previous swing high. Look, that's why that was noted.
yeah.
So that's at 3025. I don't know what that line's doing there.
Yeah.
No, it's just in between. But
Um,
we'll wait and see.
yeah,
Very difficult to argue with these equities. They're sort of obviously, you're getting some people thinking, oh, it's a move that the move higher is based on sort of like reopening the economy. But I just think it's more based on what the central banks are doing, injecting,
Yeah.
stuffing it down our throats.
yeah.
So
It
I saw
depends if
one
this
comment.
US Trump Hong Kong scenario builds up a bit more.
Yeah, there's a lot of risk events that people have got to watch.
Yeah.
So
There's a chap asking about gold on the stream. So just to give you a quick review on that. I mean, obviously, while equity markets are pushing up to the highs that they are, and there's appetite for risk currencies, gold is obviously going to be out of favour as a result of that. So I've got it trading in this bearish channel or wedge potentially. It's not exactly a channel,
yeah,
but it's. I'm looking to sell rallies on that. I think in the short term, looking for a 61.8% retracement of this small swing move here. Looking to get short today, so I think it's just a case of selling rallies at the moment while there is clearly appetite for risk.
yeah, I think
Gold is
intraday
going to
you
be
can't.
left behind.
Yeah, you've got to sort of like, definitely sort of like look to do that intraday. There's, I think longer term, it's a buy all day, and again, watching the dollar as well. So a further weakness in the dollar could sort of like again put a wedge underneath this little sell-off we're getting in on the short-term chart.
Yeah.
Silver's still holding up quite nicely, but yeah, I think you're right with that, Joe.
Okay, so gun to the head. We had 3 trades yesterday, and pleased to report we had 3 winners.
Oh, it doesn't happen often.
So I had a win in sterling Swiss, which was only 0.6R yesterday, and I felt a little bit cheated by that because it. Where is the? Let's go down to the hourly. I was talking about this head and shoulders yesterday when I was buying it. It went up to 1962. We had a target up there, which is probably a bit greedy, but it came all the way back down and only finished 0.6R up at the close of play. But that's the way it goes. Steve, you had a 2.35R winner on euro dollar. Very nice. And Ian had a 0.62R win on Bitcoin. So overall, nice little tick up in the P&L. Steve, you continue to...
I'm only looking at one thing.
Keep an eye on that. We need to socially distance each other. You need to keep at least 2R away from me.
All right, all the other way around, surely.
I've just got off my sick
big
bed
leap.
and I'm sort of coming back to recovery.
Okay, so who's got a trade for us this morning then?
Stevie must have.
Yeah, I'll have a little bash. I might go with one of my sterling ideas that I put out this morning. We've got this euro sterling. So while I'm slightly negative on the euro, I'll look at this. It's just been triggered here. There's this downward trending resistance line, so it's only a short-term trade. Or we got the cable, which again has had a lovely, nice, strong move yesterday, but obviously with and also actually broke above the daily cloud. So interesting there. There's no buy signal from these lines that cross over here, so but it is above the cloud, so that's quite positive. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, I'm going to go for another little supported move up on cable, I think. So I'll set my longs at, was it 122.95? Exactly where I was long anyway. I'll leave that risk reward trade in there. The stop is at 122.65, 123.85. So quite handy. It's just trading at my level that I'm long at on the intraday charts. So that's I'll
Lovely.
stick to that one.
Well done, Ian. You ready?
Yeah. We talked about the New Zealand basket earlier on, and let's just have a look at the yen basket. So the yen basket is also 261.8%. So that should mean selling New Zealand, buying yen, selling New Zealand yen. So if I go to, it's only one chart really, this one here. We've just clipped the top of this trendline resistance. We've got a bearish outside candle posted on the 3-hour chart, and not this one that I particularly look at. Where was the 1-hour chart? There's an evening doji star somewhere. Then we've got bearish outside candles on numerous time frames anyway. So I'm looking for limited upside. We're actually trying to get short at 66.80. I don't really see anything in the way of support until down here, which is 63.75. So I will get short at current levels, 66.69. Targeting 63.75 with 40 tick stop. Nice little bit of 7R if it goes mental.
Ooh.
And that is me.
Okay, thank you. I, as mentioned, I'm looking at this dollar Swiss chart. It's had that rally into the 9,700 level, and we might need a steward's inquiry as to whether or not that's actually been filled. It's got to a high of 97,007, and they had a limit entry at 97,000 on that. So I'll check that in a minute, see if we got there on the
bid at 97,000 at IG.
So that counts, doesn't it?
Yeah. Literally to the button as well.
Lovely.
No decimal point.
Okay, so let's hope that's the upside move for the day done. Going to be a little bit of a worse entry now, but we're going at 96.92. Stop loss, I'm going to put it right tight above that, expecting that to be the high of the day, and going to, well, it's going to be a tiny stop now. 12 pips, 13 pips, 97.04. Target a move down to those lows at 96.47.
Nice.
See how it goes. Okay, anybody got anything else to add?
No, a bit light on the docket, mate, news-wise.
Yeah, from what I can see, there is, nothing high impact.
No.
New Zealand
dollar is the one that sort of New Zealand dollar is the one that's really sort of like seems to be overachieving at the moment. So I think selling New Zealand dollar seems to be the trade I quite like Ian's trade.
So we've got US GDP reading tomorrow, so all eyes on that, I guess.
Yeah. Unless someone drops a Twitter bomb.
Yeah. Well, Ian's update yesterday that he sent round that we saw on Live Squawk about the Chinese readying an army.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we saw a blip, didn't we? But it wasn't. There was no follow through. I thought that was quite a good headline, not a good headline.
No.
An aggressive headline, I should say.
Absolutely.
I think there's that underlying sentiment there that it could escalate. So I don't think it'd be a massive surprise, but it'll be a horrible surprise, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So let's wait and see.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right, guys. Let's round it up for the day. Good luck with your trades, and we'll catch everybody tomorrow.
Lovely. Enjoy.
See you later.
Bye.